Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Welcome to your officially November 1st readings, the first half of November. I was doing the readings and the messages the last 4 days or so of October, but it's actually really truly November. I am super excited and there's so much to cover in a very little time, but I'll try to condense it because I just have a couple more videos to do. I really want to get them up. And just a little disclaimer, I had to do errands this morning and we had our first rain of November, which is fabulous because we need it. And my hair got super wet, so I just blew dry it really quickly. Forgive me, it's not aesthetically all that great, but it was more important to me to get the messages to you. So I'll keep my ego out of it as much as possible, as long as you can handle it. It's all good, right? So for those that are new, welcome. I appreciate all of you joining and listening to the readings because it's something I love and I'm very passionate about. So in my normal format, I read for each sign and that becomes the featured sign of the day. And so for today, we are on the beautiful, success-oriented, and actually accomplished, I might add, earth sign and cardinal sign of Capricorn. And boy, Capricorn, you're going to have some interesting, beautiful, harmonious, and deep inward kind of energies happening for you. And I'll explain why, I should say. I'm trying to still speak, and I can't really use that Mercury retrograde too much longer because the shadow should be completely finished by, I think it's the 3rd. So we're on the 1st. Knock on wood. That will clear up much better. But okay, so here's the deal. We are in the full throes of Scorpio season. So the energy that is affecting all of us, and you as well, Capricorn, is that of incredible depth, passion, watery emotion, intensity, transformation. There's a fixed energy, which is what, not only Scorpio is, but then I was going to mention it in the second half more, but we do have our first partial lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Taurus, and then the series will continue. It'll be Taurus and Scorpio, and it went from the last over a year and a half, close to 2 years, it was Sagittarius and Gemini. So we've changed that. The north nodes are changing. It affects us in different ways. It's powerful. They're both fixed. They're both dedicated, determined, stubborn. But the intensity of transformation with Scorpio is none that you can overlook. And I know that in some form or another, each and every one of us are experiencing that, and some more intensely than others. I don't know. This is a general reading, but I can tell you that this is a good energy for you with Scorpio. It's a water energy, which works extremely well and very complementary with the earth energy. You can imagine you plant a seed, you have to have the water to help it to grow. So you work with each other extremely well. And that's a beautiful thing. It's definitely the passionate part of ourselves, the physical, the sexuality aspect that comes out, even though, sometimes we all have it, but sometimes it's a little more subdued, I would say, for you in particular, Capricorn. You love deep as well, but it's not that everybody necessarily, you're not always demonstrative in the ways that you show it, but I feel like for you and a lot of the other signs that are in that type of energy or personality, it's going to be changing. It's going to be like, wow, I am really feeling this and I am really loving this and I need this more, okay, kind of energy. And then, the eclipses are all about change, and it's quick sometimes, it's unexpected, it's fast, it surprises, it's good, it's not so good for the time being, and find out it's the best thing ever. That's all involved. And then the most important thing I wanted to mention was that we are beginning the shadow period of Venus that will be going into your sign and staying there for a very long period of time because of the retrograde. So that's happening the latter part of the month as well. But, Venus is love. Venus is magic, it's Venetian, it's feminine, it's sensual, it's money, it's all those things. So we'll talk more about that. I think the second half of the month readings, because it's all still really good, and yet when it's retrograde, it's more internalized. That's the part of us that's very feminine and in touch with ourselves and our feelings more. But it's also about being more aware and being a little more cautious about how we spend our money, and maybe not being quite so, free with it, which I don't know that you are necessarily, which is good. That's how you amass your wealth, because you're not being silly or, too extravagant, to say the least. You're ruled by Saturn, so of course you're going to have a little more of a constricted energy, and that energy around you, and you're a cardinal sign that represents the season of, winter, so there's a barren kind of feeling, and just kind of a lower key, solemn at times, but I know Capricorns, and I know how fun you can be, so I can't put that all on you, but there is that energy, I would say more so than other signs, and for good reasons, obviously. But you're loyal and you're caring and you're very, very good at what you do, and you're very excited about just improving and getting better, and that's what usually happens. So I feel like that's really working in your favor in so many ways, and I'm really excited. So as I normally do, I'm going to pick the spirited, guided relationship or connection that Spirit wants you to know about right in front of you for the first half of November. And you might be in touch or very much a part of this particular sign's energy and know exactly why, or you may not know at all, but I'll tell you, those eclipses bring things in and out, and it may make more sense as the month goes on. It could just be the energy itself that you're really in tune with and really resonating with right now. So let's find out what that is for you, beautiful Capricorns. And that's going to be Libra. I'll be darned. Did Libra, bear with me one quick second. I just have to do this. I don't know why, but I feel as though, nope, it was actually Libra's highlighted connection was Cancer. So Libra and Capricorn, yes, I see this. You're both cardinal. You have this fundamental harmonious kind of energy that works, and you both like to do things. You like to initiate things. You like to be busy. You definitely care about, living in luxury. You love beauty. And I mean, Libra loves beauty. Libra is ruled by Venus. So there's that Venus energy. And it makes sense, right? Because you've got Venus that's going to be in your sign for a longer period of time. So you're really picking up on that. Libra is about fairness and about balance and about, being trustworthy and compromise and, seeing a different point of view, and relationships of all form come into light. And I mean, here with the Scorpio aspect, which is a very sensual kind of romantic and powerful, almost obsessive kind of love. There's a huge, like I said, amount of transformation that can happen in a relationship, whether it's beginning or mid-stage or ending. It's really cool that came up. It makes perfect sense. And like I said, you in your own way, as different as air and earth can be, and not the most compatible, but definitely I've seen it over and over and over again. It has a lot to do with how many of the placements in your natal chart, your own personal chart, kind of work to combine. And, we're so much more than our sun sign. So let me read to you the 4 categories that have to do with this highlighted connection, but also every one of your relationships. And I do want to say that if you're not just your sun, but your moon, your ascendant, and your Venus, which is the planet of love and how you deal in love and your relationships and how you feel about it and so on and so forth, what love means to you is important to watch those signs too, because you get a really great depth and mixture of all sorts, and sometimes you resonate more with those. Well, that one just popped right out, didn't it? I mean, the first category is the overall energy bringing you into this reading for the first half of November, and I'm telling you, it's going to be filled with all sorts of incredible things, but I love it. You have the 2 of Pentacles. That's partnership. That's relationships. That's balance. That is your finances, your well-being, your health, your environment. all the wonderful things that you work so hard for. You are the earth sign. You are the pinnacle. This is you. You're very much in tune, and you're balancing things out, which is so perfect. And I think I may have mentioned it, but of course, Libra is the scales. So keeping things balanced is going to be essential for you. Not getting, dipping in one way or the other too much, because it will knock you off kilter. And you're really good at being grounded. That is your element after all. I think you're doing extremely well with this. And I think that you're really probably getting help from somebody in the meantime. If it's not like literally handing you money, investment ideas are coming through. Looking deep into possibilities of how to, better your life, like I said, on the practical levels, and which is what you're about, the earthly, tangible things you can see, feel, and touch. This is hugely important to you. I see a rainbow. I see ships in the background. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities, a couple of options of new things coming through that'll help to, build upon this. And that's pretty exciting. And that is also just doggone diligence and, all the work you put through and forth at this point is showing you, you're in the right place. You're at the right phase and stage, and just being aware of that. Keeping that balance. It's coming right back to that. You've got the Libra highlight. That's the energy of importance that's along with yours. So, and if it's not a Libra, it's whatever relationship you're thinking of or you're mostly catering to, or, that's predominant. It's important that you feel that there's that equality there, okay? That's definitely a big message coming through. So I love it. And I am using this beautiful Gilded Tarot deck by Sarah Marchetti, and, the green emerald on the top. That's not a mistake. That's heart, and that's money. All right, when we put our heart and passion into it, which you certainly do, you toil long, long hours because it's what you enjoy. You don't even consider it to be work a lot of time, Capricorns. You know what I'm talking about. You're like the best at what you do. It's because of that, it didn't just happen. It didn't just fall in your lap. Rewards come through, but it's the passion from your heart and the depth of your, convictions and things that bring it about. So the second category is that of possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Page of Wands because, come on, there's fire and ambition, even as an earth sign. The Mars is the historical ruling planet of Scorpio. That's fire. That's the warrior planet. That's aggression. That's conflict. That's, just standing up and being very, very strong and intense about how you feel so that you can improve and work through the hardest things in your life. It doesn't come easy sometimes. It's not fun. You'd rather just be in the background and have someone else do it. But it's the page, so it's the beginning of ideas that are inspirational and fiery and spirited and new. And it's youthful. It could be a brand new idea. It's just coming off the press, as it were. Or it has to do with your children or thoughts and talks about children. Balancing your life in such a way that, I feel confident now that it is the time to include a child, okay? And it could be the child in you that needs to come out and play. Now, there's a lot of serious, very, success-oriented and, focused Capricorns. I just want to say you also don't want to take life too seriously. That's what this represents. Being aware of that inner child. And, some of us grew up way too quick. Take that time to have fun. Libras or I'm sure anybody would like to go out and enjoy a good time now and again, right? It's essential for the soul. And this is showing that. Now, the fire signs and the wands represent Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And that full moon in Aries might even still be, you might be still feeling it. It was on the 20th of October, but I'm telling you, that's a good 2 weeks or more for every moon. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, the new moon in Scorpio is on the 4th. So that's like a stone's throw away. And that's that passion and depth and the ability and the intensity of what you want. Writing down your intentions is essential for you right now, and it can absolutely help to push through the things you want, okay? But you've got some ideas up your sleeve. Nothing surprising to me for you. And it's good. It's positive. It's about work. It's about contracts, perhaps. Looking them through carefully. new beginnings, you know, new starts, just maybe at the very beginning of it. And I like it. And it's facing the two, it's facing the Two of Pentacles. So it's like, yep, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to take this rod, I'm going to multiply that, okay? Because we got places to go. We got ideas, inspiration, spirit, motivation, you know, fiery ambition. Fantastic. You may have fire in your natal chart too. That's always an important aspect to bring up. But I'm loving it. You're feeling this. And we're going to be approaching Scorpio, after Scorpio season will be Sagittarius, which is the fire sign, ruled by Jupiter. Optimism, positivity, also just like very determined, though mutable, and open to changing and new things and adventure, and, you know, opening people's eyes to what they may not have seen before. That's coming through. So I love that. Now the third is the category of finances. So yes, that's important to you. You want to have that stability and the luxury and the things you've worked so hard for. You want to see them and have them and feel that comfort. And, you know, long term, not just for a day, but, you know, you plan ahead. You want to make sure that you are going to be comfortable the rest of your life and those that you love. So your financial card just popped out. And that is, ooh, the Nine of Cups. Well, there's the Scorpio energy, because that's the cups of water and, you know, just emotional stability and happiness and dreams fulfilled. Wow, working, like I said, towards this, the only one left is the Ten of Cups, which is the ultimate with family and happiness, and, you know, all the things you've ever believed you could do and achieve have come to pass. And you're on the Nine. I mean, you are really going places. You are really feeling good, and you have that powerful, wonderful, watery element of Scorpio pushing you through, helping you to succeed with this. Scorpio represents the 8th house. That's of life and death and new and beginnings and endings. And definitely, you know, sensuality, sexuality, other people's money, inheritance, you know, corporations, I don't know, all sorts of possibilities there. But it's really about the fulfillment of your finances or your wealth. Like I say, it's always dependent on what matters to you. What is your wealth? Is it your well-being and your health? Have you been not so great and you just feel like everything is starting to heal and come back and feel good? This is the month that will happen. Magic, you know, eclipse energy to keep us moving on and change things that need to be changed. So I truly love that for you. I'm excited and grateful about this reading. It is absolutely beautiful. And interestingly enough, you have each element right now. So that's a nice, beautiful blend when you can have all of them. Let's see what the final category brings up. And that is the one of wishes and surprises. Or surprises and wishes. What have you been wanting? And how are you? How are you at surprises? Are you good at surprises? Are you willing to receive them from the universe? Have you been giving them to other people and making them feel extra loved and cared for? No doubt you do, I'm sure. What is your wish that really, really would fulfill you, you know, and being very aware of what you wish for, and you know, you will a lot of times receive exactly what you ask for. So just taking that time to really nurture and meditate and be still with this, okay? And ask for exactly what it is you really, truly want, and have those cups continue to be filled and reach that 10 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. Wow. There you are again. So you're the bookends. Your energy, your ingenuity, your talents. I mean, the 3 is mastering. The 3 of Pentacles. This is about growth and expansion and extremely positive energy about what it is you're doing or choose to do next. There's a definite feeling of help from others. You know, that happens a lot. Even if you have your own business, you have to have people come in sometimes to help with the building or the whatever it is. You know, there's a beautiful sense of honest, you know, support and help from others. And just doing extremely well and being recognized for it, and just detail comes to mind. And that's very much a part of Scorpio energy too. They're perfectionists. They're not going to do anything half-assed. They want it to be the best, and that's the energy coming through. So you've gone from the 2 of the balance to the 3rd of tree, which is mastery and growing and evolving and emerging. It's such a beautiful, it's what you're wanting. You never want to stay in one place. You know, you want to continue to grow and evolve. And I mentioned that earlier. That is your main higher energy, characteristics. The goat that climbs the highest mountains and doesn't even think twice. They have a destiny, they have a goal in mind, and they reach it. That's gorgeous. This is a beautiful, positive energy. Like I said, it is really nice. And even with Venus going retrograde for a long period and then going back in your sign and such, it'll be in your sign close to 2+ months with the shadow period. Even, I think it's March, to be honest. But it's not a terrible thing. It's just being more aware when it does go in retrograde, because you're going to be thinking about things very deeply, okay? And you're going to be really making choices that are so important to you in regards to love of self, of others, and your love of your work, and these opportunities coming through. It's just, I like it a lot. I'm really happy. I hope you resonate. If you like the reading and you think you'd like to be part of my channel, I would love you to be. I welcome everybody, and it is just a matter of clicking the subscribe, which is basically just following me. And then thumbs up if you would. It's so inspirational and it makes me feel really good. It's very supportive of my channel, and I know that's the kind of person most of the people that watch these channels are. We just have to remind you, because I know I'm watching people all the time and I love them, and then I think, whoa, did I like them and let them know? It's funny, but it happens. You don't mean to do that necessarily. So I just like to give a gentle, reminder or, request. So moving on, I'm going to be finishing with your oracle messages. And the first one I'm choosing is the animal medicine for this first half of November. Our animal guides, our spirit guides, our soulmates on this planet. So much a part of life that's important, that we need to preserve, that we need to listen to their incredible wisdom, with a lot of the animals that have been here for centuries, like ourselves, and that are leaving. We need to hear the messages coming through about what they can bring to us, what's happening in the world. And you have the snake, and there's only been one repeat, and this is not it. But I'm excited about that, because every single spirit, medicine, animal guidance is there to guide us and to love us and to lift us up and to share these important, universal truths. Gorgeous, beautiful cards. So let's see what it says. I don't know. I haven't memorized these by any means. I haven't pulled them out too many times. I like to switch up my cards for all of my readings, and kind of tempted to get new ones again, but I have plenty. The snake. Okay, you ready for the words associated? Healer, renewal, and earth whisperer. How perfect is that as an earth sign? Thank you, Spirit. I love it when Spirit works in tandem with the messages I'm bringing to you, which is exactly why it's happening. They're coming through me to you. And snake is the healer, transforming negative experiences into healing medicine. Sliding through craggy rocks, walls, and fallen branches, snake moves and matures. Gliding silently, smoothly, belly upon our earth, snake whispers that in order to survive, you must grow. Well, you know that. That's how you feel so alive. It's continuing to expand and emerge and grow. That's your wish. Those are the surprises that come to you when you put forth the effort and the love that you do. In order to grow, you must move amongst the friction of life. Leaves, prickers, and jaggy stones, of course, right? Experiences that seem to scratch you, bitter medicine is what helps you out of your old skin. Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. I love how they word this. The old scales don't serve you anymore. Negative, uninvited, cyclical, Hateful thoughts towards yourself and others will be released and replaced with the gratitude of love for the mystery of mysteries that is our existence and breath. I'm just so emotionally moved by this because that is the transformational energy of Scorpio as well, combined and working with you so beautifully. Steer your thoughts, wiggle free, and give thanks so you can be renewed. Because the life and death is an absolute must and, part of life. When we shed our skin and rise again and above and renew and reestablish ourselves, it's just a continuum, but it feels so beautiful. And you look, as your life goes on, you think, wow, I went through that and I got there and then I got there, and it's just all so beautiful. It's a stepping part of life. I don't want to add to this. This is phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope you feel that right this moment, because it's definitely dedicated to you, beautiful Capricorns. I am going to pull this one card that I just brought in this month. They're brand new. It is the different phases of the moon. And these moons are very, very crucial for our lifetime. I mean, there's going to be changes for a lot of us that, changes happen all the time, but sometimes they're small, not as, significant, but changes nonetheless. And other ones are ones that they change our lives. Perhaps with children entering into it, perhaps with children going away to college, perhaps with, the literal death of some of our aging, loving, relatives, which has happened to a lot of us, of course, myself included, in the last month or so. And just moving on and loving and just accepting and allowing the transformation. So your moon phase, that's going to be very important for you for the first half of November, but for months to come. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Wow. Well, we have Jupiter and Saturn, the very, very important, very different polarity energies, working in the sign of Aquarius right now. Well, Jupiter being one, the benevolent, expanding opportunity, luck, incredible changes and, epiphanies and new ideas and information and, all about sharing that and working in groups and for the world and for the whole, planet to benefit from. And Jupiter's been in Aquarius the whole year and will be through the end of December. So there's a lot of that energy happening for all of us and for you as well. It's all a part of this new and what am I going to do? And the ideas are coming through with the Jupiter aspect in a sign that is of the mind and, and of information, and that's beneficial to all of us. So that's perfect. And I don't know when the next new moon in Aquarius is, but I want to say it's, around their time, right? Maybe. I mean, not 100%. Either way, by the next new moon in Aquarius, something very substantial will be recognized and changed. I can promise you that. Perhaps since the new moon this past year, something really started to stir in you. I think all of us had that happening with being locked down and all the other variables that have come about our lives. We're stepping out of that, boy. We're getting out of that, but there's remnants, right? This new moon it's a focus of new and intentions of not looking back. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Let me show you one more time if you didn't see it. It's just a gorgeous card. You're going to have an opportunity to really expand your mind, maybe in courses or education or something of that nature. Maybe it's already started. But it's going to make a big difference in all aspects of your life. And in finishing your reading, the Super Attractor Manifestation Oracle deck, my OG, one of my favorites. It is about creating the lives that we want, by believing it and feeling it so, so very strongly and deeply and pulling that out and pushing that out into the universe and then knowing it's coming back, not always knowing how, But like attracts like. If you have this good feeling, it's going to be that good feeling coming back. If it's not such a great feeling, be aware and be very in tune with that, okay? This month will allow you to be very strongly in tune with the scorpionic kind of psychic and, you know, intuitive aspect of the gifts that they provide for themselves and all of us. You have the message that is beautiful. It's lavenders, it's kind of the third eye, you know, just that knowing, intuitive aspect. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me, even if I don't know when or how it will happen. That is it. We need to all have that trust, because none of us really do know, do we? It's the trust that keeps it going. It's that energy of trust and faith that just builds upon the most phenomenal, you know, changes and things that occur in our lives. Keeping that strong throughout all the different, you know, challenges and changes that come about. Little dips in the road, if you will. I love it. And I want to bring up the stars again. The star represents the sign of Aquarius. So there is that energy that's very prominent right now and working in your favor. And Sagittarius season, with Jupiter being their ruling planet, there's some beautiful, lucky circumstances. You don't want to miss them. You don't want to, you know, let them pass you by. Just be as aware as possible. Stay grounded. Stay true to yourself. And everything should be great. I hope you have a beautiful first half of the month. I will be back here for you. I'd love to see you back. Not see you, but have you back. And so, yeah, that'd be around the 15th. We'll talk a lot more about the lunar eclipse affecting us, and of course Thanksgiving, which is a beautiful time of year. So thank you again. Take great care, and bye for now.